Good on you.
Okay. All right. Let me throw this question at you, Cordero. So name me, and it could be male or female. Who are your top 3 comedians of all time?
All time.
Yeah.
And it's always such a like my list revolves so much now. See, especially since how like comedy has grown. So it might be like I might have to throw somebody in here who like I just really like who's relatively newer. But honest, I do have to go all the way back. My like OG, probably one of my first favorites is George Carlin.
George Carlin. Very good. Very
Yeah,
good.
just the way he like tackled so many things and was just kind of relentless. And his whole specials were all just these like speech thought processes, and that's why he could just put so many out. But yet, even though he was talking about a million different things, it felt professional. Like it just felt like he knew what he was doing the whole step of the way. And I always like that. Let's see, I have to put okay, so this is gonna feel like off out of nowhere, like it's way out of left field, but like I've always been a big fan of her. And I like it sometimes people like that's really, but I'm like, no, like watch her stuff. Wanda Sykes is an animal from another.
I was gonna say Wanda.
Wanda Sykes.
I was gonna say.
Wanda, like her in that caliber of people like Monique and like even Whoopi Goldberg. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like these people are stupid funny, but for some reason they're not put on that pedestal. But like every special I pull up for Wanda Sykes, I love her a lot. Like she's like just that energy, the way she comes at it. And then another one that because he had an untimely death, I felt like he never got to get where he wanted to be. Bernie Mac is like Bernie Mac is he's his approach. And I mean, there's so many, like I could name all the greats, the Chappelles and such, but it's like I also take into to like context, like, oh, this person also affected me like personally, or like even affected how I deliver comedy, where it's like, oh, I really like how you did it, like the way you said it and how you did it. So something in those 3 just kind of like, I rock with heavy.
Yeah, mine's kind of switch up a lot though.
A lot. Yeah,
feel you, and probably one thing that probably changes a lot of people's opinion about the top 3 is, at least for Black people, it's a different era now. But years ago and decades ago, there was always only one Black person that was the it one. Yeah. And then it switched to somebody else and they were the it. Now it's a little bit different with so many different avenues to do comedy. There's more Black comedians than there's ever been.
Yeah.
So you have a bigger variety than you ever had. It's kind of almost like music too. So with comedy is still great, and music's kind of crap now because it's oversaturated.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
One of the most. I was gonna say Wanda too, so I'm gonna say Wanda's in my 3 for sure. I love Chris Rock. I think Chris Rock. I teach kids stand up, and I use Chris Rock as an example without showing them any clips because they're kids. But like,
so the muted part.
Yeah, like when Chris Rock writes, he does this, but don't look him up later. But like, I just love like how he's like the best at communicating in a way that like sticks with you. Yeah. Like rich versus wealthy is like this whole thing on like class war, and it stuck with you. Like you remember, Shaq is rich. The guy who signs his check is wealthy. It was like that's perfect, perfect line. Yeah. It stays with you. So love Chris Rock. I think all time I'm gonna say I'll say Richard Pryor for number 3 for all time. Mm-hmm. Just I listen to like Pryor albums, and just like Live at the Sunset Strip kills me, and it's so wild to me like how much of it just like still works. Like hearing him talk about his trip to Africa always makes me want to go to Africa. Like I've always wanted to go to Africa, but hearing him talk about going to Africa and being like, the people there look like people here. Like I saw the president. He's like, he looks like the wino. That's who he's supposed to be. Like I love I love that bit. And dishonorable mention, because if you had asked me that question 10 years ago, I would have told you Bill Cosby. So yeah,
Okay, I got
this
you. Honorable
I can't pretend that he didn't, like, because that
yeah,
was my number one influence growing up. That was
yeah.
like like Bill Cosby himself, Cosby Show, all those. So I can't pretend he didn't influence me. So I can't pretend like, oh, I never liked him. But yeah, so dishonorable mention.
There you
I
go.
like that. I like that dishonorable mention. Okay.